Right, afternoon. This is a Lake Vyrnwy dam for the reservoir. I want to go all the way up, all along there, up and round clockwise, so I'll come back along here from where that van is. Been up here once before with my dad on the bicycle. I was quite young then. I remember it was my blue bicycle which got stolen. I can't remember much about it really, apart from having my soft toy badger wedged in the brake cables. I remember it was Emily the badger. So as far as I can remember, that's the only time I've been here. Apart from last November when I rode a tiny bit along in the dark at the very far end when I come back over the Hernam Pass and then went up onto the Wilkie Gross Pass. So that was it. So I'm gonna carry on around the lake. Got 160 pardon me, miles to go. Although I think that's got a bit confused because of the funny route that I'm going on. So I'm just going to stop and look at this. It's a really gorgeous day. Stop raining. Yeah, Liverpool. Right. It's probably an old village under here that was flooded for the reservoir, because that's what they used to do. Right. Stop the recording, take a couple of pictures of this. Right, so I'm going to ride around the lake now, stop the recording and speak in a bit. I just stopped to stretch my legs a bit. I'm at the top of the lake now, with the stream's still going in it, or the River Vyrnwy. Last time I was here was November the 23rd, I think, 24th, and it was pitch black, and I'd come from that road down there, and I was heading over to Dinas Maudi and back to Aber. For this time I'm going all the way around. I'm going to stop at the little shop and see if I can get a Coca-Cola and some bottled water. Tried to get some at the... stopped at a church, but they had some clear liquid in bottles, but it wasn't water because it didn't taste like it. I only had a tiny bit and then spat it out. But might have been just river water for the flowers or something. I think I'm going to play it safe and get some bottled water. Bike's looking filthy. I'll wash that when I get home. Done about 58 miles and it's another 5 to the shop, so I'll push on in a minute. Right, afternoon, it's gone 1 o'clock now. I'm just popped down to the edge of the lake. About another 3 miles to go before I get to the shop. Down there, I can't see the dam yet. Had a sunny spell earlier. I've taken my rain jacket off. I've just let the bike here, try and get a picture. Very nice picnic area. What are they doing? Motorcyclists? Or are they the farmers on the trikes? I couldn't tell. So yes, turning into a nice day. If the weather stays like this, it'll be nice. My cough and cold have been alright as well. So anyway, I'm going to push on now. I'm still going to stop at the shop, charge up the Sigma, have a bit more of a fill-in food. Even though I'm feeling pretty good, because it's going to be hard going to Llangollen. The hardest bit is yet to come. So with that in mind, I'll sign off. I'll keep pushing around the lake. So just wait a minute. Well, hopefully it'll be a bit less longer than a minute. There's a grebe on the lake. Where's oh, there, it's gone over there. Oh, damn. But I managed to get a photograph, so it's not too bad. So the sun's gone in, but it's still not too bad. I've just stopped here to... I need to take a picture of that, and saw the grebe, so... Hope the pictures are pretty good. I don't know if it's around there. But anyway, I'm going to head downhill towards the shop. See if I can buy... I need some water, definitely. I'm not taking chances with the water around here because it's got like a coppery sheen to it, a rusty coppery sheen to it, so that doesn't sound very good. That was only a blackbird. I think I must have confused them. So I'm going to carry on and speak in a bit. Right, afternoon. It's 20 to 3. And they'll just stop by this little shop. I've been round Lake Vyrnwy, so that's finished. And I've just eaten. I'd had a bite to eat. And Coca-Cola, so I want to let that go down, but I'm getting a bit cold now. So I'm heading off to Pennybontfire, which is 5 miles away. That B road takes you over to Oswestry. But I'll be going in the direction of going along there and then doing a couple of climbs on the border and going to Llangollen. Hello. So I'm just gonna put my phone away. There's not a lot to update really. Not feeling too tired. I'm hoping this will give me enough energy to get over all those B roads and climbs and managed to get the Sigma up to 80% charge after it was down to 40 something. So his time of arrival will be 04:56. I've got 159 miles to go. It's nice to sit down. Oh, pardon me. Oh, I ought to take it easy going up these hills for a bit. Well, I can't go fast on the hills anyway. Right. Well, now I'm going to stop the recording and we'll speak in a bit. So, cheerio. I've only just left the little village I was in, eating. Looking at absolutely gorgeous scenery. First of all, it might reminded me of the road along the top of the Malverns. The vegetation cut and the road surface as well is just as bad. But now it sort of reminds me a bit of the climb of the Fiddler's Elbow just outside of Clun. We've just come round that sort of shaped bend as well. I'm in without my coat on. Just easily spinning along. That's because I've eaten all that steak pasty and chocolate flapjack with a Coke and a fair bit of water. Looks like quite a lot. So next village, Penybonfire, was 5 miles away according to the last direction sign. So maybe it's at the bottom of this hill. Believe it or not, this is a B road. It's like the 3rd or 4th most main road in the country. Look at that over there, that looks like it's raining. Right. I'm going to stop the recording and speak in a bit. Evening. It's early evening. Or 5:15. Building a barn over there. I'm about to drop down towards B Road, I think. And I should be heading along the valley towards Llangollen. And then it's climb over there, which is one of the ones in the book, and to drop down into Llangollen. I've also managed to do 2 climbs, Plas Pontra and Crozo Bach. Although they've got Welsh names, they're both in Shropshire, so I've crossed the border and now I'm back in Wales again. I shall be in Wales until I leave Chirk on the Llangollen Canal. So I've got, all going well, I've got 4 more climbs to do. So that's Llangollen, which is the one I had the blowout on coming down 2 years ago. Then the Grim, then the Horseshoe Pass, then the Old Shoe, which both go up to the same summit, and then World's End, the other one's called. So I'm sort of looking forward to that. I'll be glad when I drop down into Llangollen for the, or it'll be the 3rd time, and know that all the major climbs are over, and that there's only one sort of big hill out of Bridge North to go over, possibly one before I get on the Staffordshire and Worcestershire Canal, if hopefully go that way, although it'll probably be the next morning by then. I'm anticipating the night section being through Shrewsbury, Telford, and getting light at Bridge North perhaps, because it's only properly dark between 10 and like 3:30, or maybe 4:30 actually. It was a solstice a couple of days ago, so. I think they're goldfinches in there. Well, those two have just flown in my head with goldfinches. I don't want to drop down now. Try and do this climb before I have a rest again in Llangollen. Before I do the other 4, then a second rest in Llangollen. And then on the canal back, so stop the recording and probably speak in Llangollen. Unfortunately, when I said I was going to drop down into the valley, there was another climb to come over, so I've just come down it as well. It's from the top of that valley, quite steep. I'm going up there as well. The next climb is Llangollen, so I want to get over that pretty sharpish. Drop down into Llangollen. I'll have another rest there, and then get these 4 out the way. I'm feeling alright. It's just going really slowly. Because my stomach's not been great either. I've had to make 2 emergency trips with the toilet roll over the hedge so far today, which you probably didn't want to know, and I may have already told you and forgotten, but that's that. So, I'm going to have a small bite to eat and do this next climb, which I'm a bit nervous about. It's a 7 out of 10, and the hardest one today is an 8 out of 10. But it's steep. I think it's the steepness that'll do me in rather than the length. Anyway, I'll have a bite to eat and a drink, and I'll stop the recording and speak in a bit, so cheerio.